Welcome back to the Fit Minute Podcast, fitness for real people, with your host, Gabrielle Mazar. On today's episode, Gabrielle interviews Steve and Felecia Rozansky. Steve and Felecia were guests on Gabrielle's first fitness vacation, Costa Rica 2019. They discussed their experience and what their favorite part of the vacation was and how they feel after coming home. And now here's your host, personal trainer and stretch therapist, Gabrielle Mazar.
Welcome back to the Fit Minute Podcast, Fitness for Real People. I am your host, Gabby Mazar, and on today's episode, we are going to talk about my fitness vacation. Today, I have two guests here that are clients of mine. They are friends of mine, and they were actually on the fitness vacation with me. So I have Steve Rozansky of Friendly Auto, and I have Felecia Rozansky, his beautiful bride, from
Platinum Realty.
Platinum Realty, that's right. And we're not going to talk much about their business. We may touch on it a little bit, but I wanted to go in on what we did on our vacation. So tell me, guys, what exactly did you expect?
I had no idea what to expect.
Truthfully, we didn't know what to expect. We, as we've gotten to know Gabby, we to know you. I mean, I'm talking to her right in front of me. We don't get a lot of vacations, and when we do, it's more of a trip because we have to, research and what's kind of hotel is this, everything. When Gabby mentioned fitness vacation, naturally I was a little apprehensive, and Felicia's like, no, this will be great. I trust her. I was like, all right, where are we going? She said, we're going to Costa Rica, and Gabby told us all about this stuff, and I was like, all right, just write a check, and I don't want to know anything. So literally, we did no research. I have the only research we did was the airline tickets. That was
Well, when Gabby approached me about the vacation, she just said, I will take care of everything. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun, and you're going to feel good. It's going to be cool people, and we're going to have a good time. And I just trusted her and went with it.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first statement Steve said to me, that you said to me about it, Steve, was that, am I going to have to work out all day, every day on this vacation? You're going to watch what I'm eating and watch what I'm drinking and be on my butt the whole time. And I said, no, not at all.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about that. I was like, I barely can make it to the gym, let alone.
You were nervous when you saw me put my yoga pants in the suitcase, I know.
And a yoga mat. I'm like sitting
Yes.
there going, what did I get myself into? But I was like, all right, I'll join along and I'll go for it. But I really didn't look at anything about Costa Rica except the weather and the airline tickets. That was it. I didn't want to know. And I was pleasantly surprised because everything was taken care of. I didn't have to think about anything. It was like having a travel agent and a personal trainer at the same time.
We had a personal everything. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we had a personal everything.
So
on this
what
vacation.
exactly, what were your expectations of this? I mean, did you have any expectations?
I thought it was just going to be a house with, I have no idea. I had no idea. I just thought you were like, oh, we're going to be in this house. And I wasn't sure if it was like its own house or if it was part of like a bigger like property. I don't know. We've been so stressed out this whole year that we just decided to just kind of close our eyes and hope for the best.
My expectation was I thought it was like sandals with us going to the gym and working out. That's what my expectation was. And, of course, I have pretty lofty expectations. So
honestly, this was better.
I had no idea.
Yep.
So we all showed up at the airport. We all checked into our flight. We all got on the airplane. We were, having a good time on the flight. Maybe had a few drinks and
Definitely.
flew over there. But from the moment you got to Costa Rica, we picked up our bags.
I couldn't believe it. The minute we get off the plane, it says Mazar party, and that was like the last thing I had to actually read or look for. And we just got on the car. We got this really great big van that, for the whole party. They took care of everything. They took care of our bags, and we just drove through the country, and we just looked around. And,
it wasn't a huge ride.
No, it was like an hour maybe? Something like
it's
that.
like 30 minutes.
35 minutes
from the airport.
And all of a sudden, we drive up, and we go up this hill to this beautiful home, and you're like, we're here. And it was just, we were like, came to this beautiful, large house on the side of a cliff overlooking the Pacific Ocean with like the butler and cook ready to meet us.
Yeah, they come out like,
it was
hi.
unbelievable.
Because we had the whole villa to ourselves.
Yeah.
It was like 5 or 6 bedroom villa. You walk in, and it's this really nice
It's beautiful.
living room.
And you walk right back into the back, and there you see this infinity pool overlooking the Pacific Ocean.
And it's
It was
high on a
gorgeous.
cliff. It was
Yeah,
really,
it was gorgeous.
Really nice.
5
All the
minutes up,
boats in the
35
harbor.
minutes down.
Yes, it was a little hard walking back up. But
And we were greeted with drinks and refreshments, and our rooms were great. And what I really liked is there was no television in the room.
right.
Not one television in
Nope.
the living room,
Yeah.
but none in the rooms.
No.
There was one outside. There was a bar. The house had an outdoor bar, which was served by the same guy who was
And the
in
upstairs
kitchen.
rooms, there were 3 upstairs bedrooms. Each one had its own patio that also overlooked the pool,
Really nice rocking chair.
that overlooked the
table.
ocean.
Yeah, it was
And you
really
could see the
nice.
sun. You could see the sunset every night just from there.
Oh yeah, the sunset was amazing because it's right over the bay. and-
Every night it was beautiful. We had one night that stormed.
And then the first night we got there were the monkeys that came to visit us.
The
Not-
first thing we
not
did,
the
we
band.
No.
not the monkey. Well, that would be kind of fun too. But the first night we got there, we got to the villa, and all of us just got in the pool right away.
Yes,
You know, we had, I think, the strawberry daiquiris.
the easiest way to meet people. is
and
jump in a pool with
jump
them.
in the pool, and all of us are just overlooking the pool because the infinity pool drops down, and
I
the
feel like I'm
tops
still there.
the tops of the trees were right in front of
Mm-hmm.
us. So we just had this family of monkeys that was in the tree. They were in the trees, just eating and hopping around, and
And Oscar, the guy, I don't know what to call the guy.
He was
I mean,
like the butler slash
bartender.
bartender.
house
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Just kept bringing us alcohol. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And
That
it
was the non-fitness part of the vacation.
Yes.
But what I really wanted to do, what my goal for this vacation was to kind of take that stress away from everybody that was on the trip. So yes, we're going to have, meals. Yes, we're going to have drinks, but we're going to work out. We're going to do active things every single day. Do you feel like you got a good sense of activity and
Well,
working out and-
I definitely did, because I'm a person that works out regularly, and I struggle on vacation. I'm always caught between, I'm on vacation, but I really enjoy working out, but I'm on vacation. So that struggle was taken away from me, because I felt that every day I did something with activity. My muscles felt good. I felt like I was moving. When I woke up the next morning, I felt, I had done something the day before. I wasn't getting all floppy and lethargic. I can't speak for you, because you are not as much into working out as I am.
No, I actually despise it, but I don't despise it. But you're going with a group of people, you're going to participate, and I'm a pretty open-minded guy, and I said, all right, I'll try yoga. And, the cool thing was Gabby's like bending over into a pretzel, you're bending over into a pretzel, and me and the other guys are like, we can't do this.
You look like
And-
pretzel sticks.
And Gabby's like, you do the best you can. And as you're doing it, you realize, hey, you know what? You're really working up a sweat. Yoga is not just stretching. I mean, I was sweating, but
Thank
I
you
was also...
for convincing Steve of something I've tried to tell him for the last 7 years.
You're welcome.
But what I was upset was I can't touch my toes. That's really,
I know.
yeah,
I know.
So, it was really good, and I'll compliment you. I mean, you had this, you didn't have to read out of a book for everybody, because you had a certain method or, a plan, like do this, then do this, then do this. And you did it by memory. You didn't have it on a chart or something. And it was really cool. I mean, it was very fluid. And
Thank you.
And I like that.
I know sometimes people think I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I really do have a method for my madness.
No, you definitely do. I was quite impressed.
Doing yoga on the patio was beautiful. It was beautiful, because we're all doing yoga. The sun is out, but it's the beginning of the day. The birds
Beautiful.
are singing. You're looking at the ocean. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's like, am I dreaming? Am I in like some sort of commercial? Because
Yeah.
that's exactly what the
Yeah.
experience.
So you guys had a specific goal for this vacation, and it was to kick off eating healthier
Yes.
and taking better care of
Yes.
yourselves. You guys have had a pretty stressful year, and
Yes.
a lot of things have fallen by the wayside health-wise, and your goal with this was to take this as a kickoff point
Absolutely.
to eating better, exercising more. I mean, you do exercise, but moving
Mm-hmm.
and with work and everything, your yoga practice is kind of fallen off a little bit. And you used to get up and walk every
And we
single
weren't
morning.
being as diligent about that as we
Yeah.
had been.
Do you feel like this has helped you?
I don't have to feel it. I know it.
Oh, definitely.
I know that we've walked every single day since we came back.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, we have it.
We've
Yes.
completely cleaned out our food cabinets and I sent you a picture of it.
Yes.
And we bought all these little. I'm doing the whole Marie Kondo organization thing. So I bought all these great wire baskets at Lowe's, and I have different compartments for my food. And we're really looking into more Ayurveda cooking, which we actually talked to our naturopath, and she thinks that that's great, getting back into ancient grains and simpler foods and more plant-based. And all this came about because we had the time to sit, get away from our life, contemplate what we were doing. And we also, I mean, don't sell yourself short. You gave us a lot of help along the way because it was like having an advisor with us for 7 days.
Yeah.
Every time we were reading this Ayurveda cooking book, and we were like, well, I'm not sure about that. Well, Gabby, could you tell us what you know about that? And of course, you knew everything. So it was very helpful because, and the other part was you answered a lot of questions as we were going along during the week. We had some really good conversations at dinner and at lunch about just different foods and how they affect you and exercise, but in a really we were really able to ask questions, and we all participated. The whole group was really engaged.
In a very
And it
comfortable setting.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't like, okay, Gabby's going to give a speech now about diet and exercise. It was just, we were talking, somebody had a lap band.
Nobody on our trip, somebody that we knew.
And we were talking about it, and then it was like a full hour discussion about it, and you taught us
about
a
weight
lot of
loss,
things,
about large weight
why
loss.
these instant, like lose 20 pounds in 5 days things, how they don't work. And, everything has to be tailored to the person. There's not one that fits everybody.
There's not one diet. There's not one exercise program. Fitness is not, and health is not a one size fits all. Absolutely.
I enjoyed that.
And that
part
was the
a
great
lot.
thing about, I think the best thing that came out of this vacation was that we actually practiced what you always preach. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of fun things. We went on hikes to waterfalls. We went in a mud bath. Yeah. We went on the beach. We went on a sailboat. But we also had like pina coladas, and we also had like, burritos. We had fun. I didn't feel like we were restricted. I felt that we had a healthy lifestyle. We ate food, but we didn't gorge ourselves, and we were active. It was perfect.
There's a balance.
I am almost in tears right now with you saying that, because that really, practicing what you preach and living a lifestyle that fits within that, that means so much to me, because I think we live in a society of a lot of extremes.
Yes.
We live with the ideal that you have to cut out absolutely everything to lose weight. You have to go balls to the walls to work out, to be fit. And, I really try to preach that with all of my clients, with everybody in my life, that it's all about balance. Yes, it's okay. We did have lasagna and chicken parmesan.
That was
on this
really
trip.
delicious.
But we also had fruit every
Yes.
single day. We had eggs every single day. We had a salad with our meals, and then we went and walked along the beach.
Right.
And did all these things that are active and that we should be doing in everyday life.
Well, I think one of the things we did was, we had lasagna and we had burritos and all that fun food. We had a portion, we had a plate.
Yes.
We ate it, we owned it, and we were done. And in the evening after dinner, we had a very tiny dessert, which, well, if you like flan, that was good, but I don't. But otherwise,
so
we had other really good
eat
things.
Dessert every night.
But it was a small piece of dessert every night, and then the eating was over.
And that was it.
And we were done.
There wasn't a lot of leftovers.
And there was done, and then we went on and we played games, or we went back in the pool, or some of us read, or whatever we did. It wasn't like a constant feeding frenzy. It wasn't a big buffet, but I never felt hungry. The food was always available.
Or stuffed.
And at times when we were
never
hungry,
stuffed.
like in the afternoon for a snack, we would get a little guacamole, or we would get a fruit bowl. I never felt like I was lacking that. Oh my God, I can't wait till the next meal because I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
Like I never felt that.
Well, that's the dangers of places like Sandals or cruise ships. It's the
All you can
unlimited
eat.
food, and it just turns you lazy. And look, I'm a snacker. We've been married however many years, and I like to
25.
snack, and it is what it is. And if it's around, I'm going to eat the pretzels and the chips and stuff like that. Here, there wasn't, and it was great.
That's really funny, actually, because we went to a supermarket one of the last days, and you actually did buy a bag of cookies, and that night a raccoon went and stole it. So that was
my
pretty
gosh.
funny.
My my raisin cookies.
This
yeah.
little raccoon, he sneaks in, and I watched this whole thing happen because I thought it was really
hilarious.
And also these crackers, I thought they were gross anyway. But
They're
Steve,
raisin biscuits. They were
yeah,
around. They were called golden raisin biscuits when I was a kid. They made them. Everybody loved
It's
them.
more of a memory than an actual taste.
oh yeah. So this little raccoon
like this.
sneaks up and carefully just climbs up onto the table, looks around with his little hamburger mask, peeks around, snatches the crackers, and then runs off, opens them up, and then eats them. I mean, he
so
opened
funny.
up the package and ate these crackers, and then he was like, okay, see you later. It was hilarious. He really did look like the hamburger.
Well, he
but
liked them.
He loved them. He loved them. So everyone got joy.
Actually, that was a cool thing about Costa Rica that I tell everybody. I had no idea it was such an eco-friendly environment, and that the animals were just really cool because they're treated really well in this country because of the tourism. So they're very accessible to you.
There's very big respect for nature there. Everybody who lived there and worked there, all the people we ran into, they really respect. And it's very clean. There was no garbage on the streets or anything.
No,
you
it was
know.
it was
Costa
beautiful.
Rica, people
I
think
would
it's
definitely
like a
go
third
back.
world country. It's really not. Everybody was friendly. It really was, and everybody spoke English.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people. Which was made life easy for us.
Yep.
So.
And I love that all the fruit there is fresh. They pick from the trees. They eat bananas every day because they grow the bananas in their
Oh, and the
yard, and they
mangoes
have
were-
the mangoes right there, avocados. They grow it all right there. Everybody has an avocado tree and banana trees, different types.
That was
of
the other
bananas.
fun thing you did, because I don't know if everyone who listens to this knows that Gabby knows an awful lot about plants and botany. And we were going through the forest, and you were actually pointing out, well, that's an avocado tree, that's this, that's the other. And you were really into it, so that was also really fun.
It's kind of a little bit of an obsession for me. So I mean, it's fun for me too because you can see all the different the
cashews.
the cashews,
The whole cashew thing.
So the story about the cashew tree, we went to Costa Rica 6 years ago, my boyfriend and I, and there was a cashew tree along the side of the road going to one of our excursions when we went to Rincon de la Vieja, which is a dormant volcano. And I picked out exactly where this cashew tree was. And it has since died. And Aaron looks at me and he's like, you have got to be kidding me. You picked out exactly where this tree was, but you don't even know what we had for breakfast yesterday morning. And I was like, well, I really, it made an impact on me where this tree was. We stopped. Our guide picked an apple from the tree, in case anybody doesn't know. Cashews grow on an apple, and the nut is on the bottom of the apple, which is actually caustic. So you have to roast it and take it out of that shell. Otherwise, it's poisonous. So that made such a huge impact on me, and I knew exactly where it was. And he's like, you don't know you can't figure out where we are down the street from us, but you can pick out where this tree was. And he was just floored.
But I have a whole new respect for cashews now.
Yeah.
I had no idea how hard it
One
was to
nut
get a
per
cashew.
apple. Mhm.
Yes, I don't understand something. The first guy in the world eats it and dies. He gets sick. What makes somebody else try it again and says, let's
Maybe we
heat
should
it up?
just roast it.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. Or who eats the apple and says, yeah, we're going to take this nut instead. I don't know. You got me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so another one of my goals for this vacation was, obviously to have a well-rounded life and practice what you preach and live well. But I wanted to actually give you a vacation, because so many times we go on vacation and you come back and you're like, I need a vacation from my vacation. I wanted it to be very mentally cleansing as well and give you a stress-free environment and, give you a real vacation. I wanted it to be like, oh, this is so relaxing and I feel good and I'm stress-free. What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel?
I've always wanted to do one of those retreats where you go away and you're very zen. But this was a lot more fun with, I think, probably the same result, because on those vacations you don't get to have strawberry pina coladas and you don't get to go to the beach and go on a sailboat and things. But the impact was tremendous, and it is carried over now into my regular life. I feel for the first time I really relaxed. I don't think a few people had a book or two. I didn't even have a book with me. I really just sat there and just enjoyed every activity we did. I
it
enjoyed
all
meeting
in.
the people that were on the trip, because you had really a bunch of, there were 7 of us, and we were just all of kind of the same mindset. It was, the mindset was, let's just enjoy life. This vacation was really about enjoying life. It was about looking at the ocean and saying, oh my God, that's so cool. And looking at the dolphins saying, there are dolphins over there. You know, it's like if you opened your eyes, there was just so much to see and experience. And I came away and I was actually able to think thoughts and think things through.
And everybody was away from their phones?
Yeah.
Our phone was upstairs.
Our phone was
all
in our
day.
room the whole time, plugged in. I've checked it 2 or 3 times a day for family or whatever. Never carried it with me. That's why I have no pictures that I took.
Yeah.
Only pictures everyone else took.
Plenty
Never
of
carried
them.
my phone off the premises.
And that's amazing. We had another guest with us. He was a single and had never been out of the country and kind of probably was a little bit out of his element. How do you feel that we as a group kind of gave him the experience of showing him something different out of an element that he'd never been in? Because the rest of us have traveled extensively.
Well, I think that you created an environment of acceptance from day one, from the minute we got to the airport. It was like, hey, here we all are together. This is going to be fun. Everyone was a little, you don't really know people. You can't really get to know somebody on a plane that well. But the minute we got there, you just created an environment where it's like, let's be chill. Let's just be who we are. And we were. And everybody was, we really got, I went with this vacation with people I really didn't know at all. And by the end, everybody was just very open and honest. It wasn't like true confessions or anything, but it was just people really felt comfortable and relaxed to talk about their experiences and their thoughts. And I think that he felt that way also. He definitely loosened up.
Yeah.
Definitely loosened up. As a matter of fact, on your next vacation, which I know you're going to talk about, we have another single friend, and we're making him go.
Yeah, he's coming for sure.
He is coming.
This?
Ryan,
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
listening, you're coming.
Oh, yeah.
You have no choice. So I want each of you to tell me what your favorite excursion, what your favorite thing about this trip was.
I think the day we went down to that other beach and we worked out on the beach.
That was your favorite day?
That was awesome because we did a workout. The water was really, really nice.
Oh, it was beautiful.
And,
we were watching surfers. And
all these people surfing and stuff, taking surfing lessons from that guy that looked like Thing 1 and Thing 2.
And then you brought us that really delicious food.
Oh, yeah. And then we got beach chairs and umbrellas, and we just got to hang out, which is what Felicia and I love to do on vacation, which is basically nothing. But we worked out, so we were nice and tired, and we got to rest. I actually slept on the beach, and we went in the water. We came out of the water, and there was people came and people left. It was really nice. We took a nice walk and saw just cool rocks and everything.
Yeah.
The other one was good too. We took the sailboat to
That was my favorite
to the other
day.
beach. That was great too, with the animals coming in, and we're just cooking between some rocks on a grill. That was cool.
Yeah, my favorite day, was the day we took the sailing. We went on the sailboat. And, you had this whole crew for just the 7 of us. We had this beautiful, beautiful
chartered
sailboat.
A private boat for just the 7.
We went to
Changing my answer.
We went to a private beach. I met Kauai, which I'm not even sure what they are, but I fed them pineapple with a stick, and they were super friendly.
They're kind of like a cross between a monkey and a raccoon.
Right. We all took little walks to those caves where the water was rushing in. I know my favorite story was that someone else was on our trip, went snorkeling, and she was telling the story about this puffer fish. It's very sweet. I love this one. So sweet. And she was like, held it in my hand, and it opened.
No, it was an octopus.
Oh, an octopus. Okay. She goes, it opened and it closed, like it put its feet out, its little legs out, then it contracted, and I held it, and I let it go, and a fish came by and ate it.
Yeah.
And it was like, she was like so crushed.
She was saying, so the guide for her snorkeling picked it up, and it was bigger than I thought. She said it was about the size of her hand, and she's just back and forth, and she didn't really know what to do with it, and she couldn't swim down because it hurts her ears. So she just kind of let it go, and it curled up in a little ball, and it's just floating down, and then and she was just horrified. She didn't want to she didn't want to touch anything else because she's like, oh my God,
I'm the kiss of death.
She's gonna love that you told that story. By the way,
but it was really cool because you also had because the crew cooked us lunch on the beach,
which a very healthy lunch. We had guacamole.
Yeah, oh my
we
God,
had
it was so good.
Fresh fruit, fresh guacamole that they made. Fresh fruit. They made chicken and beef skewers on a little grill.
And a bunch of you were paddleboarding.
I went
cooked
paddleboarding.
over.
And
Coconut
stood on
shell.
and did handstands
I was doing handstands on the paddleboard.
on the paddleboard,
trying
and then
to.
he was jet skiing.
The jet skiing
And
was awesome.
Steve and I just basically floated in the water for like 2 hours. And on the way there, we had dolphins swimming with us.
Mm-hmm.
There were dolphins coming alongside
It
us.
was cool.
It was beautiful.
The guy kept bringing beers out to us. Like, we're floating in the ocean. He's like, "You want another drink?" Yes. And he just brought him out. It was great. It was just like being at Sandals, you know.
Yeah, it was really nice. And by the time it was time to leave, high tide was coming, and the beach was literally disappearing under
Yeah.
our feet. And we just went right back out to the boat, and then they put the sails up, and we sailed back towards the sunset. And it was, wow, what a great day.
Yeah,
that was a great day.
That's one of my favorite excursions that I did that the last time I actually did that. That was my present for my 30th birthday, was that sailing trip. And when I went on it the last time, I was like, this is the most amazing, because you're on this sailboat with just these, and the captain.
Oh yeah, we met him
What
the
was
next
his
day.
name?
I can't remember.
Palon. We went down to town the next day and we're trying to catch a cab, and it turns out that he was in the bar that we were trying to catch a cab
And he goes,
from.
Felecia, Gabby, you're here.
He remembered,
He remembered
all of
us.
our names. He remembered us. He caught us a cab, and talk about customer service. He remembered every
Yeah.
single one of our names.
Yes, he did.
The next day, remembered us and was like, "Oh yeah, I'll call my friend. He'll come pick you up. Yeah, great." And that just, the whole experience of that is just amazing. They're just great people, and they had the paddle boards right on the side of the boat, and I hopped off and I said, I'm gonna hop off the boat and paddleboard. And then they had their guys come with their jet skis, and we were just zooming around. They were so fast. Just everything about that experience. But what the active part about it was that, you're walking up and down the beach, and
Yeah.
you're swimming in the ocean, and you're doing something, not just nothing. Yes, we were having beers on the beach and enjoying ourselves, but that is all about balance. And that's, I wanted that to be the entire feel of the whole vacation, which is why I did that first. So I'm glad that you felt that way. The next excursion, the one that you're talking about, we went to Tamarindo, which is a surfing beach. Mm-hmm. So they have the higher waves there, and
they were cool.
It was
yeah,
cool.
and I love that beach because it's different. I mean, we had a beach right down a walking distance away from our villa, but like I said, a 5-minute walk down and a 35-minute walk up.
It was
so
at
it
a
was
96-degree
yeah,
angle.
you're going straight uphill, so it's kind of rough, and the beach doesn't really have anything on it. It has one little restaurant. So what Tamarindo offers is other things to do, a longer, bigger beach, more waves. But what most of us did after we worked out was just chill.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to this beautiful beach. We had our beach chairs, an umbrella. We're just sitting there. Our guide brought us a cooler full of waters, full of beers, full of, stuff. And then
I was too relaxed to read.
nobody did
What
anything.
was the area
No,
with that?
nobody did it.
Nobody
We just
did it.
literally
We just
lay there.
turned on the speaker, listened to music,
And just
just
looked at the
sat there
ocean.
for hours.
What a great mind-clearing experience.
Right.
Then where was the outdoor showers, remember?
Oh,
Those
yeah.
people showering
Oh.
outdoors.
When we went to the spa?
Was
Is
it
that
the
what you're
spa?
talking about?
I don't
No,
know.
are you talking about the...
No, the public beach where
Oh.
we were standing online. There's people literally taking showers.
Yeah, there were
outside.
people literally taking showers on the public beach.
It's kinda
But talk
weird.
about before you go, you got to talk about the mud bath, because that was totally fun.
So another one of the things I wanted to take everybody on, because I wanted to do something active, but you can go horseback riding on that, but nobody really, or zip lining, and we didn't really want to do that. So I brought everybody to the volcano, and there's a couple different waterfalls there. So we walked down the hill.
And that was
we-
great. That
we
was a
see
really good
these
hike.
Gorgeous waterfalls, and then we
Oh,
have
the
to hike.
monkeys over
The
over
monkeys,
canopy
immediately
there.
as we walked into the forest, you've got the capuchin monkeys just hanging around and throwing stuff at you, and they're just adorable.
And we heard the howler monkeys later.
yeah.
the howler monkeys. Oh, we saw the howler monkeys at the spa, and they had all the babies. But so at the resort, before you go into the waterfalls, they have the sulfur mud baths. And I thought that that was so much fun the last time we went because you're just getting all muddy and then you sit in a spa. So they have these natural springs, and the water in these natural spas, they had a cold one, a hot one, and a hotter one. And that water was from the natural springs, but they also had the natural sulfur mud. So they have this mud bath, and you just kind of rub your skin with all this
You
mud.
paint your skin with
Paint
your hand
yourself.
with mud. It's like playing in mud.
And
It's
it's
so
hot
much fun.
mud. It's really.
It felt good.
Yeah,
I felt
it
it felt
is.
really good.
Yeah, when you got down to the bottom, it's like, ow. But it felt great.
But
on
Putting it
the
on your
skin.
body felt great.
And it's so fun because
Yeah, it
it's
was
just
totally
it's
fun.
playful, and you're just having a good time, and you're getting all muddy and dirty, and Steve wrote a love note on your back. And then we just walk around this beautiful scenic walk that
And you
see
see the water bubbling.
and
Yeah.
you see the,
Well, we
the
dry
mud
off,
and the water
become
bubbling,
crackly.
and there was an area where the sulfur water, or the natural hot spring water, they had a hut built over it, so it was like a natural steam
Sauna.
room,
Yes.
sauna. It stinks
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
really bad, like rotten eggs. In case you've never smelled sulfur, it is not a lovely smell, but it's still fun.
It's not a sensey smell.
It's not a scentsy smell. No, it doesn't. It doesn't smell like blueberries and vanilla. But when you go to the mud, you rub all this mud on you, and then you let it dry, and then you wash it off, and then you sit in these spas. And so all of us get in, and we're just sitting there and just enjoying it and relaxing, and just really, nobody had their phones. I mean, except for me, because I had to take a million pictures, but nobody had their phones. Nobody was thinking about anything. We're just sitting there chatting, enjoying each other's company.
I want to go back.
Enjoying all the scenery and everything around us, and just taking it all in. And then every one of us took a cold plunge into the
Oh,
cold spot, into the
God.
cold spot, and it actually felt.
It did feel good. Taking
That
that,
was
it was we were all so playful with each other. We're all like, all right, you could, like, we were encouraging each other.
Yeah.
It
was fun.
You get from hot mud to ice cold water.
Yeah.
It really wasn't that cold. Just
And-
felt cold.
No, it was cold.
I think my favorite part of the whole trip was actually making everybody work out in this beautiful place, because I'm doing two things that I absolutely love and I'm passionate about. I'm exercise and travel. Like, these are the two. I mean, what better place to exercise or to meditate or to stretch and do yoga? I'm come on.
You know what it's like? It's like one of those workout videos that you watch, where you watch people, like, you're sitting in your living room or wherever, and you're watching these people in these beautiful locations working out.
Yeah.
That was us.
That was.
That was us.
Yes.
We did that.
Yes, I stretched. I did yoga. I'm not wearing yoga pants, so. I'll tell you.
Please don't, Steve. Please don't wear
Thank
yoga
you.
pants. So, the next vacation I have, because I have 3 more planned for next year. I have Kauai planned in the end of February, Banff planned at the end of July, and New Zealand at the end of November. So those are the 3 next ones that I have, and you guys plan on coming to Kauai with me, and told me about 100 times
Yes.
on the trip that we are going on the next vacation.
Yes.
Hawaii. I have to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
We'll have to suffer through Hawaii.
But the reason that you wanted to go was because you didn't have to plan a thing.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm thinking at the end of February, I am going to relax.
Yeah.
But feel good. I already have a mindset, like, I know that the end of this long trail to get to February, I'm going to go, and I'm going to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I'm there.
Well, I can't wait, and I'm super excited.
People should come. We're fun.
We are a ton
We're
of fun.
We're
Yes,
a lot
and
of
we
fun.
found some board games. That was fun. Like at night, we
We
you
played
know,
Trivial Pursuit.
Yes, we played Trivial
what's that
Pursuit.
one up
We
here?
played Pictionary.
We played Pictionary.
And that got really crazy. That got really crazy.
We played Heads Up.
Heads Up.
It's a
I
game
mean,
on
it was
your
like
phone
so
where you
such
have
good
to
old
act things
fashioned
out.
fun. We just played games with each other. It
We
was
played
great.
games, we talked, and I think that was one of, I feel like, the greatest accomplishments of this trip was getting a group of people together and just really enjoying each other's company. And that, to me, is amazing, because I was so worried about, actually, I wasn't really worried because I knew the group of people that were going. But I wanted everybody to just enjoy it and have fun, but still be healthy and
Yeah.
active.
You got it.
And I feel like this trip went better than I ever could have imagined, and I am so excited for the next ones.
Well, I feel good. I feel kick-started. I came to Gabby for a stretch this morning, and now we're here, and we're going to go healthy food
We
shopping
walked this
now.
morning.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, we woke up, and it's like 90 degrees outside,
6
and we
in the
were
morning,
like,
we were
you
out
know
there.
what? Got to get up, got to walk.
Yep.
We're just used to it now.
I'm very excited, and thank you guys so much for coming on and sharing your experience. And I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I really look forward to meeting people and bringing people together and showing them about practicing what you preach, because it truly is. That is exactly what I preach every single day to everybody, and I feel like I'm glad that you feel like that's how it was portrayed. So.
Well,
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Thank you.
including us and showing us a way to improve our life. I mean, it's time.
Great. Thank you. Thanks so much, everybody, for listening. If you want more information about the trips, you can find it in the show notes and find it on my website as well. We didn't talk about your businesses, but
That's fine.
Felicia, I've had you on before, and Steve, we'll have you on again to talk about Friendly Auto and
look forward to it.
talk about all of the mechanic world and cars. And thanks, everybody, for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to the Fit Minute podcast, Fitness for Real People, with your host, Gabrielle Mazar. If you'd like more information on today's episode, you can find it in the show notes, or you can find it on Gabrielle's website at www.healthybodyworksaz.com. You can also find out more information about Gabrielle's fitness vacations. Be a guest for the all-inclusive Fitcation to Kauai, February 29th through March 5th, 2020, or join us in Banff, Canada, July 25th through August 4th, 2020. Be sure to share the show, give this podcast a great review, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Join us next week to hear more stories from people just like you. This has been the Fit Minute podcast, Fitness for Real People, with Gabrielle Mazar.